record button. So first of all, I'm happy to finally meet both of you guys in the same room, and I want to let you know that today we have something cool planned. So I realized that you guys yesterday, while going through chats and so on, you actually already figured out like the fundamentals, right? It's essentially just chatting with people. Like there's nothing else that really goes into this job. It's kind of just chatting with people. Yes, there are some systems that I haven't yet told you about. And the reason for that is I simply do not want to overwhelm you guys. Like there's something that I will reveal a little bit down the line, let's say 2 days from now. But today, what we're going to simply do is I have prepared two really good conversations with clients that I want to walk through and explain you why they were good. And then the second thing we're going to do is what we actually might start with that. We might start with just looking at the Miro board one more time, just walking through the new script. Then I will show you how this new script was done by either Lovely, Matis, or Randy, which was great. I loved it. Those two clients didn't close yet, but one of them said that they need 2 days because their funds are not yet there. And one guy was sleepy and he will do it in the morning. So that's the mission. And then after, me and Paul, we're going to practice in Telegram chats, basically chatting back and forth, just trying this script. You know, I will pretend like I'm a client and I will give you like different objections that usually we hear from clients. And then Nitesh, you my man, I know it's late for you. When you're going to wake up, what would you say that would be, like 8 hours from now?
They're probably around 9:30 a.m. So yeah, probably 8 hours from now.
Okay, let me write that down.
8 hours, yeah.
Okay. Then in the morning, I will just hit you up and let's also replicate a little bit of what we're going to be doing today with Paul. Just kind of going back and forth, because I'm going to be honest. Today, me and Paul, we had a sharp situation, and I realized, and Paul realized certain things, and I realized certain things. I'm actually not a coach. You know, I'm a marketer, I'm a salesperson, but coaching people is a totally separate skill. So I figured the best thing I can do to give you guys everything you need to become high achievers in this team is just simply we can chat a lot. And I think that will be the most way for you to get your aha moments, right? You agree?
Yep.
Cool.
Totally. Yep.
Okay. So let's hop on the Miro board real quick and let's just kind of walk through one more time. So the reason why actually this script I call How to Play the Flute by Your Rules and Make Them Dance is because I believe that we as human, if we use the right communication style, we can make a person who doesn't care about us start to care about us. We can make a person who is very busy want what we have. It all just comes down to how well we say our words, right? It's like 90% of the things is not what you say, it's how you say it. Like mini details during your conversations, right? The timings, the emojis, like all that funky stuff. So with that being said, I think this is a really good representation of what we mean. This is actually a photo taken out of a characteristic, like a fairy tale of Latvian story, where there was this mini guy who was playing flute and this big, tall monster was dancing and he couldn't stop dancing. And this guy is just simply guiding the way. So I think it's a cool representation. Yeah. So one more time, guys, like, in terms of the script, we're very fortunate because the first three messages, they're actually not going to change. So whenever somebody texts you, what you simply need to do is you simply need to start with these 3 lines. And I'll quickly walk you through the philosophy of them. So first of all, obviously, we just say hi. And as we yesterday discussed, better one could be like, hey, buddy, glad to have you here, right? The second message is, I actually am a big guy against saying what they're gonna get, but I feel like because our main target audience is Gen Z and millennials, we wanna, because their attention span is this short, we wanna remind them that, yo, buddy, like you're gonna get what you want, right? So we just tell them right away, like, hey, we offer this free 30-day thing. You afterwards gonna need to pay only in the second month, but right now let's go back in the conversation, kind of that deal, right? Like, hey, have you got any betting experience? So we kind of show them that, yes, there is something for them, right? This message gives them incentive to keep chatting with you, right? Because if you just took this away and you started to speak about their experiences, they might feel like dude, like why? Like I don't need this right now. Like I don't want to have an interview with somebody. But if you remind them that, hey, we do offer a free 30-day thing, now that incentivizes humans' brain. Okay, let me go through what he has to say. Cool. So we basically ask him, hey, have you got any betting experience, or should I explain you how betting signals work? So the goal with this message is to kind of break the ice. As Paul yesterday also said to me, like, this is how we can figure out the personality of the person, like not the personality, but like, what is their experience? This question basically tells us they will either say, I have, or I have not, right? So like either he has no experience or he has experience. From my experience, and guys, our experience consists of around 15,000 client chats in the neighborhood of 12.5 to 15,000. So we have a large database in mind that let us predict that the most average persons say they have no experience. So what it means when they have no experience, it basically means you're in Lafa. It's your spa territory. You can feel good because this person is kind of like an innocent kid that you can just walk through, take his hand and just kind of walk them through the process, right? So guys, like this is going to be a place, if they say they have no experience, you're going to have a video clip that you will send them that I will give to you. Just to show you, we store the video clips usually here in something called, like, there's a chat with myself, Ralph, this is me, and here we usually store some script things or some follow-up videos. So I'll make sure you guys gonna get the full image, and there is gonna be this video that you'll need to send them if they have no experience. What I usually say in this video, I have one line that really well illustrates what we should say to people who have no experience. What I say is this: brother, do you remember the big girl from mathematics class who always was studying so hard, so she would always get grade A in every exam in math? And you were the person who sneaky wanted to cheat and copy paste her homework. That is what we do here. My analytical team is like this big fat, whatever, how you want to call it, the fat girl from math class who knows all the answers, and she will simply tell you where you should put your money instead of the math class, right? So kind of a story. And it's this very easy way for people to be like, okay, I get it. So simply because they have no experience, they don't know what betting signals even mean. Now their brain goes like, so this person is going to just tell me where to bet. So you see how simple this sounds? Like one of the things we try to do in these sales chats is, like, I always tell my people, and also to you guys, think as if the person is kindergarten level, right? Like the more simpler you present, the easier your chances of closing. I've encountered people in our past sales team who are like hyper professional. I remember Paul asked yesterday, I think, like, oh, I think this sounds too not professional, but I want to endorse you guys to not be professional. I'll tell you why. Because our target audience is TikTok heads. That's how I call them, right? Like, TikTok heads don't look for kind regards, your viral sales team. Again, none of that stuff is necessary here. We just need to be like friendly. And the friendlier we come off, the easier for the person is going to be like, yo, like this sounds just like my buddy Joe. Right? Cool. So let's jump back. So here I'm just gonna
have to resonate.
Sorry.
What you said, that is, you kind of have to resonate with the type of person you talk. You have to keep the professionalities. You have to just adapt in order to which type of person you are talking to.
What is that? Can you show me the dog? I love dogs.
Yeah, these are two dogs. Very
Bro, look at this.
Eager to jump on me. Wow, that's amazing. Wow, you stick with that for life. You love dogs for life, man.
Bro, honestly, I grew up with wolves. I swear to God, I grew up in a forest with wolves. Like, not directly in a forest with wolves.
I want to hear more about this.
My house, so my mother, my father, they were one of the largest puppy distributors of Baltic states, Estonia, Lithuania, and Latvia. And my childhood was not with my parents, it was with dogs. I had 50 plus dogs in my backyard within like different, like not combined well. Like we couldn't put like a Spitz together with a wolf, right? But basically like the movie Rexis?
No,
No, it's basically like
no,
this.
don't think I'm heard about it.
Okay, basically like the wolf dogs who are like hunters, right? So I had all these dogs in my backyard, and I was growing up with dogs. That's why I have a dog tattoo, and I'm a big lover in dogs. All right, let's go back. So what we do is, I'm just gonna have this video for you guys handed, and then once we hand them this video, they will be like, okay, this makes. And then our job would be just to try to uncover a little bit of their pain. Like one of the good ways how we could do this is be simply asking question. So Joe, can you tell me what was your motivation to come here? Like, what are you here for? Would you want to learn how to bet? Are you looking for a way to make an extra cash in a month? Like something, obviously we know that they want to make money, but we want them to kind of tell a little bit more about their pain. And then once they will tell you, I want to learn how to bet, or I want to make more money, we will tell them, thanks God you're here. Because if you were doing this without a professional team, your chances of failing are much, much higher, right? So we kind of just reassure that this is the right thing for them. Okay?
Can we get a little bit back at the first sentences, the standard ones? I wanted to point the fact about we have to find their locations. We have to get to know where are they from. And you said that it's not okay to ask them from the beginning. So how about, for example, you drop the first message after that, so how are you today, bro? Where are you from? Things like that. So you kind of want to know one or two things about the person you are talking to, and then you kind of basically find what you need from the beginning.
I will tell you, I would absolutely not be opposed to this idea, but based on the large database of conversations we've gone through, we realized that when you're trying to be too friendly at the beginning and ask too much like unnecessary things, your chances of them ghosting you are so much higher. Like you will attract only a thin percentage of people who are like generous, humble, talkative. But most importantly, like the largest group of people will be like the group of people who actually they're not here to chat. They want to know what is there for them right away. That's why we've taken out the chit chat.
So, for example, we need to know where are they located before sending them the platform. Yes, this is the actual reason why we need to know where are they located.
So let's take.
I've seen in another chat. Sorry, I've seen in another chat that our team is already sending them. I don't know, a clever. I don't know what kind of link. It was right before asking them where they are. So if you click, I saw that if you click on that link, it will redirect you exactly to the website that is available for this country.
Right. So basically, let me tell you a little bit more about the link. The link that they're sending, it's an AI link. What it does is, let's say Paul is in Romania. If Paul clicks the link, the link guides Paul to Romanian bookie. If Nitesh is in Canada, the same link is going to take Nitesh to Canada. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. So Paul, we don't necessarily need their location to give them the right link. The link is going to do everything, all the job for you, but you need to know their location either way. Let's just say that the person responds being like, Paul, I'm sorry, man, I already have sports betting account in this website. And for you to give them the next best link, you need to know where they're from, right? Because then you will need to go manually generate the link according to their country. Make sense?
100%.
Not quite. Can you be more specific a little?
Yeah. So let's look at the link together then. Where is it? right here. This link is universal, Paul, right? This thing takes the person to the destination without you needing to do anything.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, see, like, we didn't even ask where he's from, but it's really good. You see, like, this is going to be basically your job to figure out when you can squeeze in this question. Like, you see, this person did like, who, how's it going so far? And by the way, where are you from? Right? So you're kind of like, you're not being too aggressive about the question, but basically, let's look at this chat real quick together. So, yo, free VIP. Guys, free VIP is the trigger keyword that we tell them to send this to us. In our advertising, in all of our marketing assets, we say, send me the word free VIP. So when people say free VIP, just be sure it comes from advertisement. And there's also different stream organic content, but that's, I'm not going to right now try to explain a little bit later. Okay. So, hey G, glad to see you here. Glad to be here. I hope. So we offer free 30-day blah, blah, blah. This is exactly what I have in a script, right? Have you got any betting experience, or should I explain you how betting signals work? Yeah, I have some experience. Cool. How's it going so far? And where are you from, by the way? I would say this is a little bit too fast. I would leave this a little bit less down the line. It's maybe somewhere around this neighborhood. And the person says, not so good. Bad signals everywhere. I'm mostly betting on my own. And I'm from Estonia. What about you? Latvia originally. So Latvia and Estonia, they're brother countries. And so we say, to be honest, most people have the same answer, especially if you bet on your own head or use these betting. So like, I assume Lovely was working here, right, Lovely? What is she saying? Yes.
Yeah.
So Lovely, what she was doing here, she basically copy pasted from the old script, but this is not what we will be doing anymore, because this is, you see, it's not really customized. When a person says not so good, bad signals everywhere, I would say, like, I got you. I know how you feel. I've encountered so many tipsters. Everybody tries to sell you their VIPs before even letting you try something. And like and then most of the time you try their bets, you paid your money already, but you lose on your bets. That's why people get frustrated and want to bet on their own head. But what if I showed you a different way? What if I actually showed you a way for you to try this all for free, and only if you like it, you will pay us money? See how that different.
So basically, the phrase "not so good, bad signals everywhere." I'm mostly betting on my own. It's basically the pain point of the client.
Yeah,
and
yeah, exactly.
After that, you're coming with the comfort, and after that with the solution.
Yeah. So a good point. So when he says not so good, bad signals everywhere, what this means is right here. We have identified their problem. Right now, we need to bond towards that problem. Like, the idea that I've written for you is like, imagine if you were in that situation, like, how would you make them relate to you, right? So like, that is where the person exposed their problem right there. And basically your job is to forget about the script for a second, but kind of only focus on the problem and like just word them, like just word them around. Tell them some stuff. Maybe Paul or Nitesh, maybe you didn't have that experience, but basically, that's the selling process. You need to like make them bond towards you, because that's going to simply skyrocket your conversions, right?
Yeah. I know, to me it feels like it's just like another skill that you need time to learn. It's very simple once you get it.
Bro, once you get it, and I know that once you get it, it's going to take a few weeks, but once you get it, oh my God.
Because it's gonna be so automatically. It's gonna come from, I know how to manage skill, how it feels.
It becomes a money machine. When I used to do sales chats, by the way, guys, like January, February, March, April, for those months, I was mostly crushing it with another guy together. unfortunately, our another guy just left. He left the team a week ago, and I don't want to go too deep into details. Lovely know the story, but he essentially is a compulsive gambler. Every time we paid him salary, he lost it, he gambled it, and then he couldn't be able to emotionally get on to work anymore. So like we decided it's time to separate. I hope we are strong and we're not interested in spinning slots too often because like a casino is a fun thing, but it can be a really big problem if you're addicted to it.
Yeah, true.
Right, guys? Like I'm gonna be honest, like my life consisted of casinos. I'm 25. At the age of 19, I was traveling around Europe playing professional poker tournaments. I was a poker player.
Oh.
Like I've been playing cash games, poker tournaments, all of that, right? Like blackjacks, roulette. I've been such a degenerate. And thanks God, I live in a country where gambling is prohibited, and I don't even try to find a solution for it.
Have you
Okay.
ever played in a European poker tour?
EPT, I played one time in one moment. I think it was in Alicante in Spain. I think it was EPT, some kind of a tournament. I've played it for 500 euros, but I've mostly played in King's Casino in Rasvado. I played in Amsterdam. I played in Eindhoven. I played in Barcelona, in Madrid. My tournament winnings are not that high, but my biggest win was, I believe, 4.5 thousand euros. So I wasn't like grinding tournaments as much as I was grinding cash games. Are you guys familiar with poker?
Yeah, but
Okay,
I've
cool.
played a mobile games.
That's cool. We might, like they're always in companies. There's this like these events where people like come together and get to know each other better. I think we might pull up a poker tournament somewhere in September, October.
That would be great.
Yeah, I know.
I'm honestly trying from time to time on Poker Stars online, only on Sunday Millions.
Poker Stars is a graveyard. It's
the
rigged.
most rigged. I know. It's the most fucking rigged platform out there on the internet. It's too
Yeah. For me, the biggest problem with online poker.
If you start playing compulsive game, it's the system will automatically fail you on the turn or river or something like that, even with impossible odds.
Yeah, and also like I'm a live player. I'll tell you why. Because nothing, like when you play online, there's basically a lot of nerds who are obsessed with AI, and so they have all these heads up management tools. Like they see your percentages. I don't want that shit. That's not poker for me. For me, poker is we sit in a room and a table, and I read each other. I can see your emotions. Exactly. I can see your nervousness, right? That's the real thing for me. Okay, guys, let's try to make this more efficient. I understand Nitesh especially is in a late time zone, so I'll respect that. So what we were discussing before, let's go back in this conversation. So basically, yeah, this was done relatively good, lovely. Everything was good up to this point. I would say that basically try to stick away from the copy pasting, because this is the old script. She just copy and pasted an old message we've been put together. Your job would here to be dive deeper into this problem, right? Like, so if all the signals were bad that led to you doing it on your own head, how did you think my team, got to a 500,000 euro betting account? And we can show them some screenshots. I'll give you all the assets, by the way. Right? So like, but something about that. Now, the next step is good. Well, let me show you how our client's been enjoying VIP access. This is good. I always love, we have a couple of nice screenshots, like this guy from 50 to 600 in 1 month. Come on, that's great. This guy.
Can I ask you something? Are those testimonies, screenshots, are legit, are for real? Are like,
of course.
Clients.
Yeah. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Some guy from Netherlands or from Denmark started with 350. now has 4,000. That's like from 66 euros, he spent it to 558, and he bought his kids and wife something new. Look at this.
Yeah.
And so all of that is real. Like none of the client conversations are faked. No.
You
Here's
know
a,
what also feels odd to me?
sorry.
I saw. Do you know what also feels off to me?
Okay.
When yesterday when I was going through the chats, I saw a lot that when you come back, you also coming back with a free bet from the free VIP or something like that.
Yeah.
And probably, possibly, there is gonna be a lost one. And after that, you kind of lost the client. You say, bro, you gave me 2 free tips and both lose. How can I trust you? Is it a good strategy
No,
to get
definitely.
back to the client?
No. We stopped doing that recently. It was something we did, and it actually went really good. There was a point where we, out of 6 follow-ups, only lost 1. But I realized that it's not worth spinning the dice for the sake of losing the person forever.
Exactly. Yeah.
So we rather, the new way, guys, the new way of doing follow-ups would be, for example, on Sunday, for Monday, Tuesday, up until Sunday, all these days, we can send a conversational follow-up. My new best thing that I've discovered with my team was we send them a follow-up that is not aggressive. And what this follow-up says is, hey, buddy, what is the best thing you've bought with sports betting profits? It's a really cool conversational follow-up. And we actually have a sequence what we do next. So when they say, I haven't bought anything cool, then we obviously try to we try to convert them by having conversations. I have a video clip prepared where I show my Rolex that I bought. Then my business partner bought a Porsche from all this business. So we show things we have bought. And then the client goes like, how did you do it? I want to do the same. And then we're obviously, well, this is the answer. This is where you can convert them. Or if somebody has bought something cool, we obviously like say like, well, what if you got something cooler? You know, like it's kind of like a game. You can play it in different ways. But basically a conversational follow-up is so much better than being pushy or sending a game. So we only get to focus on 2 ways of following up. And I want to remind you that only on Sundays we're doing this. Throughout the day, for example, today is Tuesday's morning, right? Let's say Paul has a shift or Nitesh has a shift. What you can do is you can go through everything that happened on Monday and just walk through every chat to find some leaks in the conversations that you can fix. Because remember, you guys are going to get commissions from closed deals. So that's going to become a game, right? It's going to be like, okay, what can I do to maximize my salary, right? Like, what can I do to close as many people as possible? And I will give you guys instruments to close people. For example, one of the instruments is we can send 5 different client reviews, right? That's a really good instrument. Or we can ask them a question like, what made you stop? Like maybe there's something I said, like, I just genuinely care. Can I ask you what made you stop? Because when we spoke yesterday, I saw how interested you were. Something just genuine, right? Like these kind of follow-ups mean much more than simply dumping a sports bet on them.
So getting back to terminology, follow-up is when you come back to the message. That's follow-up, yeah?
Yes. So basically, when I say, let me follow up with you, Paul, tomorrow, it means that tomorrow I'm sending you a message.
Yeah.
Right? So follow-up, we say follow-ups. Like you will sometimes see in a chat, I'm saying like, hey team, let's send follow-ups. That would mean that, hey team, let's follow up. Let's resend the message to everybody who's not closed this week.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Why do we know what kind of leads? Oh my God, my tongue is spinning around. Why exactly do we need to know the number of the leads in progress, not finished?
Well,
I saw that Lovely just posted.
Okay, I'll tell you in the most simple answer. If every day I spend $100, I want to know how many inbounds we get, how many people text us from this $100 spend. right? And we're spending much more than 100 per day, obviously, but the idea you get. On marketing, we spend for like, let's say 300-400 USD a day. We want to know how many people text back, right? And not only that, we spend, I'll explain it even deeper. For example, we spend $50 on Canada, $50 on Romania, $50 on Spain as an idea, right? I want to know which of these countries perform the best for my 50 spent.
Yeah, ROI.
Yes, exactly. So it's purely calculating ROAS.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the only reason why we're tracking. And then we obviously can, for example, we can look back. The management has basically an Excel sheet where we analyze days, and then we can, once we see that there's a pattern of 3 days in a row with low amount of inbounds, we can basically knock on the doors of our marketing agency and be like, hey guys, you need to optimize campaigns. Paul, like basically just improve the marketing assets, right? Did that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, cool. Let's see. So the meeting is about to break up, actually. It's only 4 minutes left here. But I still want to do something with you guys. So I will show you really good conversation, okay? Let's look at this. This is a really good, well done. So guy sends free VIP. We say, hey, G, glad you're here. We offer blah, 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 blah. The person says, glad to be here before we even send this message. So the person probably was still writing it off, the sales rep. And you see, I like that you added the word cool. Like these are all the details that matter. Instead of like, have you had betting experience? But like, cool, have you had betting experience? I have some experience. I should be expecting notifications on what to bet, I presume. So here's again, like this was actually not well done. Like what you should say here is answer to this message right away, saying basically like, yes, Nikos, we're gonna get to there. I just need to explain you how this works first. Because somebody will be like, give it to me now, right? Like, hold on, Nico, let me explain you how it works first. Okay. So we say, how's it going so far? Well, not so good. I'm up, but only like $100. I say, well, this is definitely not so bad as well. For gamblers, they'll know most will be happy to be down 100 or up. I see. Maybe because you're betting with your own head. Yeah, that might be the case. That's why I messaged you in the first place. Cool. Thanks that you're here now, bro. Let me show you how our client's been enjoying VIP access. So here we show them client conversations. This is the new way of doing script, right? You didn't see this in the past, but this is the new way. This is where basically we have kind of jumped out of the problem too quick to building value, but it's okay. Sometimes it also works that way. That's why this game is more about intellect. Try to see how fast you should be moving. So basically we show.
Can we stay at this point more about creating value? This is a little tricky at the moment for me.
Okay. So here, what I've done basically, Paul, is I've showed the one sentence, build value. Then I broke it down, offer solution through a proof. Then I broke it down even deeper, how what you have will solve their problem, right? So that's basically breakdown. So we either show client chats or we show VIP channel insights. That's how we build value.
And the videos in which you explain exactly where do we find? I mean, I saw there's a lot of videos. How do we know exactly which one is which we need at the right moment?
Okay. So there's not too many videos, actually. There's like three different ones. I will explain to you. I will put together a very simple format that this is the first video, this is the second video, and this is the third. And yes, somebody might try to sometimes jump from the first thing to the third thing. Then it will be your job to basically just watch each of the video to know when to send each of them, right? Cool.
Yep.
So
yeah.
So Paul, this building value, which exactly what it means is get him hooked. It doesn't mean that you need to build something physically. You just need to hook the person to want your offer. And you do that through offering a solution to their problem. And the best way is, well, you could either say, hey, I have the best shit in the town, but nobody will buy that. What better works is you show them actual proof of your work. That's how we build value. Cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah,
Perfect.
understood.
Oh, is it much better setup than yesterday? Is getting
Yeah.
for you, Nitesh? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
Okay, beautiful. Because I know I'm very rushy person and I just want to go through it quickly and fight it together. But I know sometimes you just need to take things slow and like really walk and chew it together. So the meeting is about to break up. Nitesh, do you still have a little bit of time or would you like?
Yeah, okay.
All right, guys. What we could do is we could look back one more time. So we were going through the Nicholas chat. So let's wrap it up real quick. I'll show you what happened next, okay? Which was the best part. So he's saying, I see they are profiting a lot from your betting advice. Yes, bro, exactly. Check out this video. Check this out, how our VIP channel performs. Well, I would say like, let me show you our VIP channel, something more like relatable to the previous message. Okay, he's saying, great, I'm fired up to try it out myself. You see what the right script does? We fire them up. This is built value, problem solution, built value, right? Like this is well done. He's fired up. So once he's fired up, we tell him that in this video, which you guys will have, and I will probably refilm them, but here I'm saying you're gonna need to sign up to our bookie. And the way I say it is like dude, welcome aboard. I'm excited to have you here. Now, the next step, the last step is only going to take a couple of minutes. You're going to need to create yourself a viral sports betting account. Do you have 3 minutes right now? See, I don't even ask yes or no. It's like sales psychology involves about knowing how to frame the big task things so that they sound like they're nothing. Did that make sense? So we basically tell him,
yeah,
I'll try to do this really slow because this is super important to kind of understand. Imagine I told him that, hey, this pen, wait, let me try to find the right example. This pen costs $100. Will you buy it? Or like, or imagine the second scenario is like, okay, so the first one, this pen costs $100. Will you buy it, Paul? Or second scenario, this pen only costs $100. Will you pay cash or card? What your brain thinks is, oh shit, do I have cash or do I have card? Do I have cash or do I have card? In the second option, in the first option, your brain thinks yes or no. In the second option, your brain thinks, do I have a card or do I have cash? That's sales, right? It's called NLP. It's basically like some neurological persuasion skill. It's something
I've heard about the program, yeah.
Yeah, these are the places where like this is where we can like really become like OGs and own our craft if we know this kind of stuff. This is gonna like tremendously improve your performances, because when you ask them to do something, you should always think how to say this, how to ask the right way.
Well, this is a kind of trainings that we would benefit to get to know more about NLP's tactics, like for example, in order to get to know the psychology of the client better.
The problem is, guys, I know it in myself, but I don't know how to tell it to you. So what I want to do, my favorite sales coach is called Alex Hormozi. Maybe somebody has heard.
No.
Can you repeat, please?
Alex Hormozi.
No, haven't heard of him.
Okay, so I have access to his online course folders. I will try to go through something and find something. Paul, remember you yesterday asked me, did you get that thing? Yeah. Like you asked me,
yeah.
hey, Ralph, do you remember you said in training, did you get it? And I was like, no. But this thing was from the Alex. So I will try to search for this because I know that there is tremendous value in you guys learning, not only for this work, but also everywhere else in your life.
I would honestly look for hours in this type of content.
Say it again.
I would honestly look for hours in this type of content if it's possible to get us.
Okay, then I will do everything in my power to give you all this hours long of content. There is one really good, like guys, okay, we can take a step back and I will tell you why I know this kind of stuff. So I used to be, 2 years ago in Bali, I met a guy named Ken Rutowski. I met him in a gym. There was an old dude, American guy, who looked like a Barbie Ken, and his real name used to actually turned out to be Ken. That was super crazy. So this Ken guy is wearing a t-shirt that says hold, like cryptocurrency terminology, like hold, don't sell, don't panic, hold, right? And I'm like, I walk up to this guy in a gym. I'm like, dude, cool shirt. He's like, thanks, buddy. I'm like, huh. So what are you doing in Bali? Are you American? He's like, yeah, I'm American. Just building some businesses in Bali. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. And keep in mind, 2 years ago, when that happens, I didn't have this business. My previous business was a newborn, so I didn't have like a lot of money. I was just a regular, just a really basic guy. And that was the point where around that time when I met him, like my things started to take off. But when I met him, I just looked like pretty like unconfident, like just a really regular Joe, right? So this guy is like, where are you from? Like, I'm from Latvia. We started chit chat. Turned out that this guy is a co-founder of Hyperloop. One of the board, sorry, not the co-founder, but one of the board members of Elon Musk's project. And also the same guy is great friends with Tony Robbins, Gary Vaynerchuk. He is the alpha for a lot of coaches, like a lot of huge names. You can Google him, Ken Rutowski. Basically, I'll quickly show you. That was really mind-blowing, Ken Rutowski. And so we became like the best friends, this guy. See how he looks like the Barbie Ken that I told you about? Whoops, where is it? This guy. Right? So me and him, we became...
Wow, really? Like Barbie Ken.
Yeah, so look.
It looks really exactly like
me and him, we became such good friends. We started to travel together. Like, he's inviting me to Dubai often. We go back and forth. He introduced me with his inner circle. In his inner circle, there's a guy named Oren Clarf. Oren Clarf is, and same, there's two guys he introduced me with, top fucking notch bestseller authors. One is Oren Clarf. One is Chris Voss. Any of the names familiar? Chris Voss is...
Chris Voss, yes. It's ringing something to me. I don't know exactly.
So guys, I was actually in a dinner with Chris Voss and Oren. Chris Voss is a guy who was the #1 FBI hostage negotiator in the entire world. FBI paid him awful amounts of money. He was calling terrorists during hostage captions to release the hostages without paying money. He was a fucking beast in psychology. He is. So Chris Voss has a book that's called Never Split the Difference. And Oren Clarf has a book called, wait, what was it? Just a moment. And this will all make sense why I'm telling you guys. Wait a moment. Oren Clarf book. I forgot the name. Okay, the book is called Pitch Anything. He has 2 golden books that I've read. One is Pitch Anything, and the other one is Flip the Script. And the Flip the Script is getting people to think your idea is their idea. So like some really sick biohacking, psychology, NLP selling gurus, but not like just a regular salesman, not Grant Cardone, not Jordan Belfort, some psychology guys. So they explain in their books that brain has 3 layers: the crocodile brain, neocortex, and the third one. Crocodile brain is the brain that when you, Nitesh, Paul, or Lovely, for the first time in your life met me, your crocodile brain was trying to figure out whether this makes sense or no, whether this is real or no. This is your survival brain. Once you get to know me a little bit closer, we move to the neocortex, the rational brain, that still is sus about stuff, but already feels familiar. And then the last layer is the part of a brain where you have me. I love you. We can do things together. We're friends. So why I'm telling you all this? Our main mission is to make clients' crocodile brains let us to go to neocortex. And the way we do it is through NLP sales strategies, is through right wording in our messages. So, you know, the moment the client senses that you're suspicious, he's not never going to buy a deal, never ever going to do a deal with you, right? Like, that is the deep oceans of selling. And I know all this, but I'm very bad at kind of like explaining this. So I think I would be very happy to give you guys an audible.com account where I would buy a book for you that would make a big difference in your lives.
So let's get back a little bit at the crocodile part of the brain. The crocodile, easiest said, crocodile part is the part of the brain that acts on impulses and on fear, on, I don't know, pressure. No. Yeah, and the neocortex is the part of the brain where you can control, you are in the control of what are you doing. Am I kind of
yes
close?
Yes, in the middle part, the neocortex, the middle layer, that is where you can already start to persuade people. But to get to neocortex, you need to basically build value of yourself, right? That's why I'm saying build value. You need to become a little bit more relatable, as you want to resonate in the client's mind as somebody trustworthy, right?
Okay.
Okay. This is all really interesting stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
I think I will try to put together I'm like an index. I think this is the kind of stuff we should be learning. Like, see, the thing, guys, like, I genuinely I'm a horrible coach because I didn't know this is actually meaningful for you. But like, for me, it's kind of like routine at this point. Like, I write my messages according to this stuff. So like, now that we have this information in brain, I will take you back to here and explain you one more time something. Now, with this information you just learned, now you can kind of maybe learn why this message exists right here. We want them to not, because their crocodile brain is trying to understand, is there something dangerous? Should I run? Should I block? Should I even engage in conversation? So I want to instantly reward them with something. That the first second reward is that they know that there's a free 30-day access waiting for them.
But for example, how can you make a better speech on the part of convincing them to sign on the platform? Because most people are reticent. They already have their own bookie. What would be a good strategy? I saw a great pitch on one of the chats that said, okay, that's cool, you can go on your website, but this is the way you can gain 30-day free access. You can pay the full subscription, and after that you can join the VIP and bet on your own platforms.
Right. I will tell you.
It is the right approach.
So guys, the first job for us is to try to convert them without explanations. Our first mission is to say something so powerful that there is no why. How I do it is in a video clip where I tell them that it's only going to take 3 minutes. Do you have 3 minutes right now? So that's when I'm not even saying, would you like to sign up to this platform? I'm simply doing the same NLP there. So you already have that video asset with you. You will have it later. I'll explain you where. But essentially, the first task is we don't even tell them that there is some kind of signups. We just send them a video that tells them, hey, do you have 3 minutes or no? And when they say yes, we drop them a sign-up link. If they start to question you there, I believe that the best second message, which also have a video clip about, is going to be saying, hey, buddy, listen, our analytical team is using this bookie because it has all the lines that we will be telling you about. It has all the unders, overs, parlays, and everything that you need in order for being a part of a VIP member. So I think that's a really nice way to not sound aggressive or persuasive. And then,
Can I not be agree with you on this one?
sure.
I don't know. I think a better approach, I already saw in a chat before, it was you're honest about the affiliate part in a I don't know, I think it was a voice message redirected. You were really honest the client that okay, we are in growing and we are having a partnership with this kind of platform. You are gonna benefit. That's the condition to get the 30-day benefit from VIP group, to sign up, register on our platform. I don't know, based on the honesty card.
Yeah.
It looks more genuine and trustful to me.
Yeah, actually, that's what we've been used to doing. I don't know why I just said the other one. But actually, the reality is we're used to sending this thing that you just mentioned. You're right. See, that's the thing. I haven't been too much lately in the scripts. But yeah, the best thing would be when they break the objections that come right here. Yeah, so I will put together this for you guys in a really simple, like understandable sequence that, like, if they say why, you should send this, right? You will have that mind map. Like within 24 hours, I'll try to hand that to you so you can look at a script, like a nice scripted conversation with all kinds of different variations of how things can flow there, and kind of learn from that, and then kind of just dial yourselves into the building value part, into the convincing of identifying problem, showing pain, because that's where I need you guys to be you. The rest is scripted. So it's the beginning is scripted and the end is scripted. What happens in the middle, that's your place for basically, you know, talking about their pain, because that you really cannot script. You never know what the person's gonna say, right?
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, guys. So this is already 2 a.m. for Nitesh. I think we have had a really valuable training session. And I will definitely upload this right now on YouTube, so you both can access, all three of you can access it and rewatch it. But the next step would be, now I'm gonna have a little bit of time, and Paul, if you have right now some time so we can chat.
Yeah, sure, totally. We can go after this.
Okay. And Nitesh, when you wake up, just shoot me a message so we can try a little bit of the client chat one-on-one.
For sure. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Oh, good.
And then my homework for today is to give you guys some more insights on the NLP selling. That would be cool if we could have that.
100%.
Yeah. Okay. I'll write it down. NLP selling. Yeah, I know. This is actually what can set you apart, like for real. Once you learn that, because this thing can learn, what this thing will actually teach you is that how to respond to client with, like, from the smart perspective, where you know that they will do the thing you want them to do, right? Like it's like sometimes there's questions that are open-ended as of yes or no, but we want to go away from open-ended things. We want to move into yes and yes, like where you know that you've said the right thing, where they don't even want to choose, where they don't even want to object with you, right? And that's what NLP selling teaches you. So I will absolutely spend time after conversation with Paul to find you guys some really valuable materials to study. And like, guys, at the end of the day, all this, what we're doing here, 22nd of August, we're bagging all this knowledge. you know, in September when we fully go on and work as a team and everybody has their own like actual physical shifts, that is going to be the the greatest thing where you will know how to persuade. For example, Nitesh has a shift and you can go back yesterday to last 24 hours or last 48 hours, try to see how you can reactivate conversations and close them, because sales like 50% is ongoing, like today what you receive, and the other 50% of revenue consists of following up. So like, you know, the more you make, basically you're going to be able to see how much you close per day. That will, like, obviously each conversion you make, each sale you create is going to be extra money for you to your salary.
Exactly.
And I will still figure out what is going to be the fixed money per sale. I will let you guys know about that. All right. We cool?
All right then. Have a great day, guys.
Thank you. Nitesh, there might be a chance that when we stop the meeting, you are gonna get the recording. I don't know, maybe me. But if it's you, just drop it in Google Drive, please.
Yeah, for sure, no worries. Yeah.
Thanks, gentlemen and ladies. All right,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Have a nice
Bye.
night, and I'll see you soon, Paul. Ciao.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah.